Ladies and gentlemen, we have a scrap video update. As you can see, this is everything I've been working on so far. I can't lift it with one hand. For sure, that's over 40 pounds of copper stripped. Very heavy. This box is going to be over 100 pounds when I get done with it. The box is done that I'm going to next. This is the bag of garbage. This also I can barely lift with one hand. This is the completed box. I can't lift that with almost both arms, both hands. But that's that box. That box is complete. I'll weigh it, slap a label on it, boom, gone. I got all this. I think I've shown you in the previous video. So all that is straight copper. You're looking at wires that I have. I do a little pile at a time. I grab and I do a little pile at a time with the wire stripper right there. So that's where I'm sorting. Yeah, it's a mess, but once I sort the copper, I can organize this place. That's kind of why I'm pushing myself. But this wire, I cannot do this with the wire stripper. This gauge is way too thick. I cannot do this. I might have to hit it with a grinder. I don't think you understand how big this gauge is. Look, I tried to do it with the machine, but I can't peel it. But I can't. This is the biggest wire I've ever seen in my entire life. There's no way of bending that. I got to hit this with a grinder and then peel it off. I have to hit it on both. So I don't know. We'll see when the time comes. Look at it. Hurt your foot. But I'm just going to separate the big stuff. That I have to strip somehow because that is where all the money is. This is that's 35 pounds, I would say. Those two wires right there are 35 pounds. Easy 35 pounds. Big stuff. I got to get through it. Maybe hit it with the grinder. So I'll take it out because the big ones are still in there. So I'll just, poof, that'll be dead last. But I'm going to do all the wire. You think it's small, but wait. When I get a close-up here, you'll see. It's a thick gauge. You know, this will actually, I can do that now. That's why the pile's there, yeah. But moving on. This is done. This is, I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't think you can see. But that's stuff I don't think I'm going to waste time in strip. I'm just going to 56 cents a pound. Boom. Too thin. Like thin in a thin, you know, like all the stuff that I used to do. But if I focus on that, it'll take me forever. I won't be able to get to the big stuff. Let me do the big stuff and I'll think about it. But this is all the big gauge here. Okay? I don't know if you see that, but that's copper. All right, guys, just a little scrap video update for y'all. I got all those pails to go, so I still have 4 pails to go. 4 out of 6, so that's pretty darn good. 2 pails gone in less than within like a month and a half time. So you know, I got to keep pushing. That's how you do that there. And a treat for you before I go. This entire box, boom. I'm good for at least a couple $100 on that box. That box isn't easy. This box here is a $60 bill, I would say. If it's 35 pounds, probably more. Who knows? It's up there. I'll obviously scale everything. I'm not just going to go blind because they'll lie to you. They'll take advantage of you, you know. And no offense to all the scrapyard owners, but they, you know, they tilt the scales in their favor. Not this time, buddy, because I worked hard on this material, and we can negotiate the price, but we're definitely gonna not fake the weight there. It's gonna be what it is in weight. I'll minus maybe a pound or 2. I don't mind losing a couple pounds by the time I get there for the boxes themselves. But you know what? I'm so, you know, precise about the way I run things that I may just weigh everything outside the box and then put it one at a time, 1 pound at a time, you know, and like sum it up like that. So, you know, and cut little pieces. I'll microscope it. I don't give a damn because that's the glory there, you know. You earned it. And so when you guys come across a nice piece of copper or aluminum or whatever it is you're scaling, you know, just make sure they give you the price that you're asking for. Because I have been burned plenty of times in the past, and you know, don't let it slide, you know, because it's your money. It's your hard work and effort, you know. Not to put a bad name on the yards, but I may not even go to the yards because that's how ticked off I am with some of them, you know. And I have complained in the past, but I may just melt this and just eBay everything in bars. Just give my number 2, which would be weighed out anyway. So all that in there. So I didn't show you this one. That entire thing is solid. A lot of, I have to sort through it. You got number 1, number 2, and Bear Bright. You got all 3 of the goodies mixed, and brass, but it's all there. All the positive. These are straight, organized, ready to go. Straight, organized, ready to go. Still have to sort through that. Oh shoot, there's a box over there. That's full of copper, by the way. This is plated Here, I'll show you that first. So that's all copper, filled to the brim. That's about 70 pounds. These are silver plated. I try to sell them on eBay. Nobody's buying them. It's silver plated brass or silver plated copper. I'm gonna try to throw it in as number 2. If they don't take it as number 2, then it's just brass. You know, clean brass. Either way, I don't know about the silver plate. I don't know what it's plated. I have to scratch it and see. I'll throw it in with the number 2. If it passes, it passes. You know. Or should I do the number 1? Well, we'll see when I organize it. All the big stuff. So I have that entire tote underneath. By the way, you know what? I'm actually going to do it with you. Hold on. You deserve to see it. I did work hard. It took me 3 years so far, but I did it on a lot of it on company time, so it was worth it. You know, I did a lot of this on company time while I was running the machine. Not all of it, but this tote especially. All that was on company time. Ta-da! Dude, that was my whole entire beginning of my copper, you know, hoarding. So I have to obviously sort through that because all the goodies stripped down to its finest common denominator thrown in there. Whether it's little brass clippings from the prongs, from the plug prongs, it's in there. So I have to dump this whole thing upside down and just throw it back into like boxes like that, like I've been starting to do, you know. So I'm getting there, guys. You know, the ultimate result is having everything labeled with poundage on every box. So I'll have a brown masking tape sticker, and I'll put the pound, for example, 134 pounds and 6 ounces, you know. So boom, I could take that 0.6 ounces and throw it into that box to even out. I don't mind. I want to be within 5 pounds when the day comes to get to the yard. And all this is going to be neat. They're all going to be stacked in boxes like this where that corner is. So I'll have, you know, an organized stack there, you know. But that's my Christmas tree. That's over 125 pounds, maybe 175 pounds. I can't tell anymore. I haven't been to the gym in ages, but this is my gym. Dealing with this stuff. But I promise you, once I do this, I'm done. I don't think I'm ever going to do it again in my life. Like, I'm just proving a point. I got the ultimate hoard. You know, I'm done with it. I'm actually going to convert all this into bars or just straight to gold. Either way, it's all headed to gold, one way or the other. But it's just what steps I take to get there. And I'm still in the beginning phases. I'm not ready to throw my chips on the table.